Aquaman was the biggest success of the DCEU since its release 5 years ago, and I just saw the brand new sequel, Aquaman The Lost Kingdom, now playing in theaters. But is this final installment of the DCEU worth giving superhero movies a chance to redeem themselves after humiliating failures since earlier this year? Or is this another film that's due to head on the downward spiral of a whirlpool? Find out in this spoiler-free review right now.
This is Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews.
So greetings, my fellow YouTubers, and welcome to Big D's Entertainment Rankings and Reviews. My name is Nicole, better known to as the Big D, and this time around I bring to you a spoiler-free review of the just now released superhero flick, Aquaman The Lost Kingdom, released by Warner Brothers along with DC, Atomic Monster, and the Safran Company. The sequel to the 2018 film of Aquaman and the 15th and final installment of the DCEU. Once again directed by James Wan, who helmed its predecessor, from a screenplay by David Leslie Johnson McGoldrick, based on a story conceived by the writing teams of Wan and Johnson McGoldrick, and Thomas Paul Sibbett and Jason Momoa, who once again reprises the role of the title character and his alter ego, Arthur Curry. This also has Patrick Wilson back, as well as Yahya Abdul-Mateen II, Dolph Lundgren, Nicole Kidman, and I will just say, sorry, I don't want to say the name, okay? If you read my lips, good. I don't really want to say that name again, because I don't really want to try and cause any controversy again, okay? And this time around, Arthur must work with his half-brother Orm to prevent Black Manta from killing his family and using the cursed Black Trident to overheat the world while searching for the lost seventh kingdom of the seas. But first, if you haven't seen my re-review of the first film, which I can see it's doing well, thank you, click on the card and you can see it again if you'd like. But if not, then no problem. At least it's done better than my original review. Thank you again. Now then. Now, here's just a little bit. Several years after becoming the King of Atlantis, Arthur Curry, alias Aquaman, has married Mira and has a son named Arthur Jr., while splitting his life between land and sea. Meanwhile, David Kane, the Black Manta, continues to seek revenge against Arthur for his father's death, working with marine biologist Stephen Shin to find Atlantean artifacts. He finds a black trident that possesses him, its creator promising to give him the power to destroy Arthur. 5 months later, David attacks Atlantis and breaks its Auricicum. I'm sorry if I mispronounced it. That word's kind of pronunciation slipped my mind. Sorry about that. Reserves to power Shin's Atlantean machines. Arthur learns that this usage of the stuff, which emits high quantities of greenhouse gases, has not only raised planetary temperatures and caused extreme weather and ocean acidification, but nearly caused a planetary extinction when used by an ancient Atlantean kingdom. To learn where David is hiding, Arthur breaks his half-brother Orm out of prison, and the two meet with the crime lord Kingfish, who provides information leading to a volcanic island in the South Pacific. And where the two stumble across it, which Orm reveals was created by Cordax, the brother of King Atlan and ruler of the lost kingdom of Necris, who was imprisoned with blood magic following a failed attempt to usurp the throne. And realizing the blood of any of Atlan's descendants could release Cordax, the two made their way to Amnesty Bay, where they learned David has kidnapped Arthur Jr. That's all the story I will give to you and what have you. If you want to know what happens, go see the movie. If you've got what it takes to see this, of course. Now, for my thoughts on this, I will say it's almost as good as its predecessor, but not quite 100%, though. I still like the first Aquaman just a little more and what have you. The film so far sits at a weak 36% on Rotten Tomatoes, saying Jason Momoa remains a capable and committed leading man, but even DC diehards may feel that this sticks to familiar waters. Well, true, but I still found it to be entertaining, fun, and pretty intensifying in various parts and what have you. Sure, it does have its moments and what have you, just like any other DCU film we've gotten since earlier this year. But somehow we're not impressed, especially the Guardians. They where the first Aquaman movie was in enough trouble, now we have a terrible sequel. Same with the Independent, saying that the latest entry in the Rogues Gallery of brainless franchise films and a damning indictment on the DCU's legacy. And the BBC says the only actor who seems to be enjoying himself is Momoa, and commenting on the film's brutal editing, which rushes through every potentially major event in a blur of montages and voiceovers. Rolling Stone called the film a total mess, dogged by VFX, that range from video game cutscene to last-minute rush job. I really don't want to get into more of this and what have you. I don't really want to talk more about this bad stuff and what have you. So screw what they say, okay? I want to try and keep that clear. I just don't want to drop an F-bomb in my review of this. Thank you very much, because I did not say that this would have language. No. So I'm saying screw it. However, once the direction was commended by, a reviewer in the New York Times and one person in GameSpot. With the reviewer from the New York Times crediting one with creating a film beyond the paint-by-number superhero movies we've been watching for decades now. The AV Club gave it a pretty decent score, calling it the kind of film that wants to leave everything it has out on the field, and that produces a kinetic, often scattered, but nonetheless entertaining popcorn movie that truly gives us everything it has and then some. Common Sense Mia says, this action fantasy is best described as dumb fun. You can't help but enjoy yourself, even if you feel brain cells dripping out of your ear. Anyway, yes, but as always, I'm an understanding person, but I have fun time with this film. Some of this film proved to be intense in my view. Now, only a slight nitpick I have. This is, 124 minutes, which that's like 20 minutes short than its predecessor. What have you? If it had just been just a wee bit longer, it would have been better. And I will say, I don't mind seeing, much you know who and what have you as Mira, okay? We do see a little bit of her in the beginning and, just slightly a little more in the last act and what have you. But that's it. That's all I'm going to say. Again, I'm just saying, going to mention, just say you know who. I'm only going to mention the character. I'm mentioning the character and nothing else. Now, where was I? But now for the rest of the cast, Jason Momoa once again steals the show. I'm impressed with him. Even after Fast X came out, I will say he once again nails it. Now, I've been hearing reports that he may continue to be a part of the new DCU James Gunn's working on. Momoa possibly might be playing Lobo, but let's not jump too far ahead of ourselves yet. But it could happen. But anywho, now Patrick Wilson returns as Orm. I'm going to say he was good and what have you. Now I like the little bit of what they call bromance or something like that between Arthur and Norm. I'm going to say that's what made this film really good. Now, Yahya Abdul-Mateen II returns as David Kane, aka Black Manta, and I gotta tell you, he was more, darker, vile, and I don't know, menacing than the first one. And even though Wan had planned since the first film to have Kane become the main villain of its sequel, hence why he opted to set up his conflicted relationship with Arthur in the previous film with Kane as a glorified side character before bringing him back with a much bigger role, involving him coming across something bigger to get back at Arthur. Randall Park is back after we saw a little bit of a brief appearance of him in a mid-credits scene, which reminds me, there is a mid-credits scene in the film. We'll tell you what it is, though. You're just going to have to see. It's kind of useless, though, but fun, though. Dolph Lundgren returns as Nereus, who again was good. Temuera Morrison once again returns as Arthur's, father on the land, Tom. And Nicole Kidman is back as Atlanta. And I'm going to say she was very good as well. Let's see. Now we have Martin Short as the voice of Kingfish. Yeah. Really incredible. All I'm going to say is there's lots of other people in here, and, the people who play Black Manta's cronies aren't too bad and what have you. Now we have Rupert Gregson Williams doing the score for the film, and I'm going to say it was pretty good and pretty epic and what have you as well. So anyway, I will say that the score wasn't too bad. But how's it going to do so well? Well, they say it's may not have a strong opening like the first film, but they're saying it may make $40 million. So I've said before with other heroic flicks like Shazam, Fury of the Gods, The Flash, Blue Beetle, and more recently, The Marvels, I wish this film the best of luck. Seriously, it's going to need it. Alright, enough said. But screw what some of these critics are saying, okay? I felt Aquaman The Lost Kingdom was a pretty good sequel. Not quite close to as good as its predecessor, but it manages to do its extreme best, and to all you critics, sorry to disappoint you, my score for Aquaman The Lost Kingdom, I give it 5 stars. Sorry. Which of course means on a scale of 1 to 10, it gets a 10. And sorry, but you know what they say, you snooze, you lose. So, which means you're entitled to you're entitled to your opinions, and I'm entitled to my own opinions, okay? End of story. So what did you think of Aquaman The Lost Kingdom? Let me know in the comments section below. If you liked the video, click the like button, subscribe, and be a part of the Big D Nation. Now, I'm not sure what I've got planned. Now, I did say I was going to do the Color Purple original film for the new musical film coming up on Christmas Day, but I'm not really sure if I'm going to do it now. So just stay tuned. But however, tomorrow night you will get my Black Christmas 2006 live stream, okay? Stay tuned. Details to follow on that when you see it. So I hope you enjoyed my review of Aquaman The Lost Kingdom. And if you did, check out my reviews for the previous 3 DCEU films. And they're all spoiler-free. The upper left-hand corner is my review of Shazam, Fury of the Gods. The upper right-hand corner is my review of The Flash. And the bottom left-hand corner is my review of Blue Beetle. And the bottom right-hand corner is the button you can click to subscribe. If you like rankings and reviews on movies, TV, music, video games, etc., then I'm your guy. Thanks for watching. Until next time, I'm the Big D saying, see ya.